Alright, I'm going to do a little preview here on a new site I just picked up. It's called the Apex Covert Pro. Didn't see a whole lot about this site actually after the ATA show. I don't know if they just weren't there or what, but I found it pretty unique site actually. Just for the people that don't know, Apex is actually a sister company of TrueGlow. So I've been a big fan of TrueGlow for quite a while, so I actually was looking at their I think their version of this site is the Range Rover Pro. And kind of stumbled on this one actually, and it kind of looked pretty interesting. So here we go. I'm going to do the best I can, so try not to be too biased. First of all, this is not a typical pen site. It's a what they call a power dot. And as you can, let me move my. You can see when I turn this knob, that dot's going to turn green. It's 11 different settings. Probably a little bright in here, so I can turn some lights in. There we go. A little better. Has 11 different settings on this dial for brightness, which for us older folks, that's going to come in pretty handy. Field of view, obviously, due to the fact that it's a power dot, it's almost 100%. There's nothing really there that's in your way of, as far as your sight, other than your crosshairs and your level, but which the level is removable. I actually even considered taking it off. As far as the size, diameter, I think it's like 1.8 inches. More than enough, I think, for especially for hunting 2-inch, almost 2 inches. As far as the overall site, this site to me is built extremely well. I don't want to say it's 100% metal because there is a plastic block right here in the center here. I will actually take this apart here in a second and show you. It is what they consider a slider. You can turn your knob. Oop, if I can hold steady here. It's kind of the first time I've done something like this. Let me try to get a little closer for you. You can turn the knob here and it'll move up and down. Yardage tape. This little dial here will kind of lock everything down once you get your yardage set. Doesn't really take a whole lot. Half a turn, maybe 3/4, to get that to hold in place. For hunting, actually, I wouldn't even think you would even need to have this tight. I mean, you can move it, but it's pretty stiff. So personal preference. But you can see yardage tape there. The yardage tape does go all the way down. I actually cut mine in half. Kind of a personal opinion here. I like my 20-yard my block to be centered for my 20-yard. To me, it's a little more stability, but more than enough. It's given me on my bow, which is probably in around 280 feet a second, give or take. It's given me 75 yards distance for hunting. That's to me a little more than you can ask for, but you can dial it down if you want. If you did that, no problem getting 100+ yardage if that's what you're into. But it does have a yardage mark, little red pointer here. Kind of nice feature it does have is a maximum distance stop. This little, probably can't see it here, it's kind of black, but you can move this up and down once you get your distance set. That way you're not dropping your sight down in front of the arrow, so that will give you. And there is little set screws. I don't know if it's going to pick them up. They are very tiny, but there is some little set screws in there that you can move to adjust that if you need be. Has the glow ring, as you can see. Nice. That's kind of a standard feature nowadays, I guess, on a hunting site. Substantial amount of adjustments on this site. I was extremely impressed. First of all, you got your adjustments here. You can do your windage. It gives you a little bit of a windage adjustment there. Obviously, your dial here, your knob for your slider. Nothing really fancy there, but kind of new to the market, I guess, for some guys. There is some, if you can see those brass cassette screws inside that hole, That'll adjust your tension on your dial, on your knob. Like I said, second and third axis is on this sight. You can see here these screws here, if you loosen these, whoop, a little close, top and bottom, you can actually pivot your scope in and out if you need to center it. Your windage adjustment, micro adjust windage here. To me, I haven't done a lot of experimenting as far as sights, scope sights. Used to be a single pin guy myself. Very durable machine block for your scope housing here. I found that very impressive. I do have a one of the original CBE target sights, and to me this is as good if not better. All machined. It does give you multiple adjustments on your gang adjustment here for your windage. You can, I think looks like 3 different slots you can move that to. Like I said, very, very durable, machined. Other than the block here, just give me a second and I will demonstrate. Oh, there is some small set screws right here that for your slider to tighten down for your gang adjustment. I'll show you here in me if I can get my Allen wrenches ready. I don't know if that's going to fit or not. These aren't going to fit. Give me just a second. Grab my other set. Can't have enough tools. I have to also mention there is some pretty small set screws on this sight. I would definitely say micro size. For some guys that's kind of new to this kind of stuff, definitely be careful. You can definitely over tighten them, strip them. One of these should work, I hope. I'm not finding the set that I needed actually. Actually going to... Alright, sorry for the pause. I did end up finding the wrench. But you can see here, these are kind of small. Once you get this set here, you could always put some Loctite. But what they did do, which I thought was kind of nice, you can see this actually, this is your gang adjustment for your elevation. This block here where your tape is plastic. But that being said, it's not your typical thin type plastic. Very durable, very heavy duty. My personal opinion to that is I think they did that for a reason. For the simple fact it gives your dial something to grab onto. If you can see, I don't know if it's going to pick it up in the video. There is grooves in this for your wheel to bite into, so maybe that was the reasoning behind that. I don't know. Weight wise, I don't know really, it would have saved a whole lot. Actually, overall weight on this sight, 9.3 ounces. I did weigh it on a scale. For a hunting sight, that probably is a little heavy for typical standards, but nothing extreme. But you can see that. What's nice, what they did, being the fact that that is plastic, they actually put a shim or a block, you could say, inside this. So when you tighten down, it's not just the screws tightening down on your block. It's actually that metal shim, which was kind of nice. That being said, this sight is made in China. It says it right on the package. But it's kind of one of those, I feel, one of those situations. For the price at $160 compared to what's on the market, this sight is as good, if not better, than a lot of the sliders on the market, especially having the fact that you do have the dial for your dot. Like I said, I love the dot. Been hoping somebody would come out with one for quite some time. Very impressed with that. Trying to think of anything else here I can think of. Nothing really standing out other than, like I said, this sight on the market I think is going for anywhere from $160 to $170. Based on some of the ones I've seen, $240 plus. This sight is definitely right there with those, if not above some of those. But you can see there is an optional 2x lens you can add to this. In the back it is threaded for a lens. I think the lens kit is like $45. My personal opinion of that is I could see a little bit of distortion with that. I don't know, personal preference. For target, maybe wouldn't have an issue hunting. Who knows, I might pick one up in the future, who knows, and see what it does. The lens actually is glass. It's not, or I mean, I'm sorry, it is plastic. I'm sorry, not glass. Not your typical, there again, like I said, not your typical thin stuff. Extremely clear, considering. If I can get it, I'm trying to work. You can see, you can kind of see there. I'm actually probably better to do it this way. Let me turn my dial on again. Extremely clear, no problem there reading it. I did have it out. I've only owned this sight maybe just a little under a week. I did have it out on the bow the other day shooting. They say anti-glare. I don't know the definition of anti-glare, but I didn't have an issue with it. On the range, like I said, it kind of helps me focus. Believe it or not, trying to find my target, it helps me focus. But there again, it could be the age. The sight's not the greatest. Overall, very well built sight for the price point. Definitely impressed. Like I said, big fan of the dot so far. I think for you guys are interested, go check it out. ApexGear.com, I think, and it's the Covert Pro Power Dot, and they are a sister station or a sister company of True Glow. So anybody that's a True Glow fan, this is probably their upper quality sights. It does come with a cover, lens cover there. Some Allen wrenches here. Got some Allen wrenches as well. Plenty of sight tape. You can see here, I think they actually say in the package 60 tape. But that's pretty much it for the sight. Anybody wants to check it out, definitely, it's definitely a looker. I'm impressed with it. So that's it, guys. Hope this helps.